Lakeisha Doyle, CalWorks participant. We'll have Keisha.
No, Keisha. You had it.
Keisha, if I got it right. God, co-founder and woman in charge, Black Californians United for Early Care and Education.
Yeah.
Freisha Moore, program director at Moore Learning Preschool, and Miriam Algori, program director, Little Blossoms Childcare. But I'm missing a couple of people, so whoever wants to speak.
We are.
Sure,
Hi
go
there.
ahead. Thank you.
I can start. Hi,
Yeah, please do.
Chair and members. I am Jennifer Greppi. I'm the Director of Parent Policy with Parent Voices California. And for more than 20 years, I've worked tirelessly to address the systems of oppression that have created obstacles and roadblocks for families to access the quality early learning that they need for their kids. 22 years ago, when my husband passed away suddenly, I found myself in need of childcare services for my two little ones. I entered the CalWorks program and started both my kids in childcare while I went to school to become a preschool teacher. After graduating, I had my very first job in a childcare center when I received a letter that said, "Your childcare is in danger of getting cut off. Get on the bus." And that was my very first trip to Sacramento. I got on the bus and I met Parent Voices that day, and I went into the Capitol and I told my very personal story about why childcare was so important to my family. I knew without childcare, I would not be able to continue to work, and all of the efforts that I had made to stand on my own would have been taken from me. That was the first time I went to Sacramento and to the Capitol. I've made hundreds of trips in the 2 decades that followed. And while we've been able to make some really significant wins in that time, let's review where we are today. There are still nearly 2 million families in California eligible for childcare but not receiving it. The majority of these families are Black and brown. Childcare providers are still among the lowest paid workers in our state. 98% of childcare workers are women, and over 2/3 are women of color. FFN providers only receive 70% of the family childcare rate, and in the new rate structure, they'll make even less. If it's okay for wealthy families to pay a nanny or a family member, why are we denying that same right to families like Quinn? And we have billions of dollars that private equity firms are using right now to buy up more and more of the childcare supply, placing profits over providers and children. Do we notice a pattern? Our childcare system in California, which is the 4th largest economy in the world, is built on the backs of women, primarily women of color. Racism and sexism are features of our childcare system, not just bugs. The racist roots of childcare runs deep in the U.S. Our nation's first childcare providers were enslaved Black women, forced to care for children of their enslavers. Domestic workers were excluded from the Fair Labor Standards Act in 1938, and the myth of a welfare queen, popularized by our very own Ronald Reagan, criminalized poor Black women for seeking benefits, a stereotype that we still fight to this day. Those of us in this room might not be responsible for the racism and sexism in our childcare system, but every single day, every month, every year that we don't do something about it, we are complicit in continuing it. As I mentioned, California is the 4th largest economy in the world. It sure sounds impressive on paper, but I talk to families every single day that are struggling to get by, struggling to pay rent, bills, childcare, healthcare, and I want you to ask them how it feels to live in the 4th largest economy in the world. Ask them if they're sharing in the wealth. It begs the question, who benefits? One place to start might be looking at the ultra-wealthy and multinational corporations. It's funny, in all my years coming to the Capitol, not once, not a single time have I ever seen or heard a corporate executive come in front of the committee and give public comment pleading to maintain their tax benefits. The Water's Edge election and research and development tax credits cost the state of California $6 billion every year. That's nearly as much as we spend on childcare in the state as a whole. Not once has a corporation had to justify those expenditures. I ask you, can you explain how everyday Californians benefit from these tax breaks that we rubber stamp every year? According to the Budget and Policy Center, since 2002, corporate profits have risen 133%. That's after adjusting for inflation. Workers' wages, 8%. Yep, 8%. When our community was dying during the COVID pandemic, these corporations were banking massive profits. Does this sound like the benefits that are trickling down to our community? I certainly don't feel them. Meanwhile, Parent Voices has had to literally sue the state of California to keep our government from cutting childcare funding. We have spent countless hours, thousands of families have traveled from all over our state to come here to speak to you, to demand justice for our families. And to be honest, I don't see an end in sight. At the rate we're going, my granddaughters, Melanie and Alani, might be sitting here in front of you as the next generation, asking our legislatures one day, will you make a change for us? Enough is enough. It's time for our leaders who cannot tolerate another second of this to take bold action. I know you're all right here. I see you. I see you. And that's what we expect from you in this committee. Leadership to us means that we stop pretending like corporate tax breaks and funding the availability of childcare are not connected. Leadership means implementing a true cost of care so that providers earn thriving wages and parents don't have to make co-payments. Leadership means fully funding our system to put an end to the waiting list. Leadership means confronting the rise of private equity in the childcare space. This is a major commitment, I know. But if we are not committed to that vision, then what are we doing here? I know we've been working with all of you over many years for some really meaningful and deep and progressive, policies that have made some real good changes for families, family fees being one of them, stage one from day one, and many others. I know you care deeply about this issue, and we need to hold ourselves to a higher standard. We have to believe it's possible to pay childcare providers what they deserve and ensure that every single family has access to the care that they deserve. Together, everybody in this room, everybody here, we can make this happen. And the answers are with the parents and providers. Like, we are the ones who are living this every day, and we can help share the solutions to make this system better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and it's always a delight to see you here in this building.
Thank you.
Advocating for our children, so
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, who wants to be next?
I go next.
Or just go down the table.
We can do that.
Welcome.
Thank you.